intense heat wave swept across Europe. How have the record-breaking temperatures impacted people across the continent? A vote of confidence tabled against President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen. Where do different political parties stand? Extreme weather has affected large parts of Europe over the last few days. In Portugal, 284 excess deaths were recorded during the ongoing heat wave, almost all of them people aged over 85. It comes after the country recorded its hottest ever temperature in late June. The extreme heat is expected to continue. In neighboring Spain, more than 18,000 residents were placed into lockdown as wildfires continued to burn. Large parts of Spain are on high alert for wildfires after the country experienced its hottest June on record. Meanwhile, France is also attempting to put out wildfires. Flights have been suspended at Marseille airport because of a fire that is raging close to the southern French port city. Authorities urge people to stay indoors. The wildfire risk remains high. And in Greece, the Acropolis closed for several hours as temperatures exceeded 40 degrees.
I'm very disappointed because it's the second time I come here and second time it's closed. So I feel like I came for nothing, and the ride to come here is very, very climbing. So it's hot, it's very hot.
In Hungary, severe thunderstorms battered the country, uprooting trees, downing power lines and paralyzing rail traffic. The storm left many homes without electricity. Croatia also saw heavy flooding and wind damage, while other Balkan countries are still battling heat waves and wildfires.
US President Donald Trump said the United States will send more weapons to Ukraine on Monday. The decision, announced during a meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, comes just days after the Pentagon paused key arms deliveries to Kyiv, citing concerns about falling stockpiles.
We're going to send some more weapons. We have to. They have to be able to defend themselves. They're getting hit very hard now. They're getting hit very hard. We're going to have to send more weapons. Defensive weapons, primarily.
Trump also said that he was disappointed and not happy about the fact that Russian leader Vladimir Putin has not stopped his war yet on Ukraine, and that this war would never have happened if he had been president. Last week, Trump held separate calls with both Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
And we can never let extremists rewrite history.
It's the debate that's caused a stir in the European Union institutions. A vote of confidence tabled against President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, presents an opportunity for MEPs to take stock 1 year after the European elections. Going into the vote, von der Leyen firstly has the full support of her European People's Party, the strongest force in the House.
The motion of censure is an initiative by anti-Europeans who want to weaken Europe, who want to weaken European institutions, and who want to reduce the trust of the citizens in the European Union. It is not meant to improve anything, it is not justified, and it is also irrelevant.
The Social Democrats, Liberals and Greens have no intention of weakening the pro-European coalition formed around the EPP. Their leaders, however, have seized the opportunity of the debate to air their grievances with the Commission. The radical left is also expected to reject the motion of censure. However, some MEPs may abstain to show their opposition to Ursula von der Leyen.
In questo momento il tema che conta è provare a dare all'Europa una speranza diversa, una nuova leadership, un cambio di passo profondo rispetto a politiche che non ci soddisfano in alcun modo, a cominciare dal piano di riarmo, ma questo si estende alle politiche sociali, al Green Deal, a tutto quello che questa Commissione non sta facendo o peggio sta tradendo rispetto a impegni del passato.
Thirdly, the European Conservatives and Reformist group will be divided at the time of the vote, the motion of which was tabled by one of its members. Finally, the most right-wing groups in the chamber, the Patriots for Europe and the Europe of Sovereign Nations, are expected to vote in favour of the motion, which on paper seems doomed to fail.
The vote on the motion of censure on Thursday will likely indicate the levels of discontent within the European Parliament towards the European Commission. Vincenzo Genovese, Euronews, Strasbourg.
Accord is for couples and families who simply want less stress and more harmony in their day-to-day lives. And there's a really interesting sociology study showing that when families divide chores more fairly, each family member's stress levels reduce drastically and communication improves. And this eventually leads to happier relationships and better relationships. Already seen among Accord users that the gap has shrunk dramatically for the people using the app. So before Accord, these women were generally doing twice as much as men did. And with Accord, the gap has been reduced by 60% if we look at the gender balance. So it's not all the way there, but we see a huge improvement there, which is really fun for us.
Jag tycker att det har blivit en jättestor skillnad. Nu finns det tydliga uppgifter som är fördelade och alla har själv tagit ansvar för att de ska ta det här. Jag slipper ju vara projektledaren och vara den som initierar hela tiden. Kan du plocka i diskmaskinen? Kan du göra det? Kan du göra det? Så nu kan barnen och min sambo göra saker utan att jag behöver vara den som initierar det.
Imagine that as a mother you have just given birth and then your baby is being taken away from you into critical care, and the doctors just tell you, well, there's a few tests that we need to do, and then the baby has malaria, which can, as you know, be deadly, particularly in very small infants. And then you're being told, well, we are going to try to treat your baby, but there's currently no approved and tested medicine out there that is appropriate for this baby, and we need to crush tablets, and we hopefully will get it right. So that's sort of the gap that existed and still exists until we bring this medicine to the marketplace. And Quartum Baby is based on the well-established Quartum. We have treated more than 1.1 billion patients over the last 25 years with this medicine, but the newborns are immature in terms of their ability to metabolize certain medicines. Then through modeling, we realized that because it's a fixed dose combination of two ingredients, that we had to change the ratio, because otherwise you would underdose with one of the ingredients or overdose with the other ingredient. There is 30 million babies born every year in malaria endemic countries. And essentially, every one of those is a potential target for malaria infections. So it's hard for us to see how many patients will benefit in the end, but there is a potential that no matter how big or small it is, we felt saving lives in newborns is worth the development effort that we are making.